Hello, this is KT0 here, bringing you another i3 commentary after a very long time waiting for my new mic to arrive, and it is still not here. Very infuriating. As it happens, shipping things from the United States to Singapore is quite the inconvenient thing to do. And speaking of inconvenience, we have our players trying to play it out on Temple Prime, but they're both empires, which is pretty, I would say, convenient for empires, since you do have this giant building in the middle that you can occupy with infantry, and we all know that, well, the infantry force from the empire are pretty dominating, since they do have the dojos they can deploy everywhere. And since they're both empire players, I'll be calling them by the colors. And our yellow player today, excuse me, our red player today will be Loony. I'm going to call him Loony. And on the left side we have our yellow empire player, whose name is IamFromSiberia. Very descriptive, yes. And we are going to see that the two players are opening up with a whole bunch of dojos looking to take control of the map. Here we can see that our yellow empire player, IamFromSiberia, has taken down the south side or direct with his dojo, since now the dojo has deploys. The dojo from the red player cannot deploy there, simply due to the fact that if he deploys there, any infantry comes out of there will have an upper hand of taking it out, and there will make no sense to make anything here. And we see the immediate transition for our yellow empire player transitioning into Max with his mega bay, and he's, well, needless to say, building a generator core to support the mega bay. However, the red player is doing very correspondingly transition into mega bay as well, but the yellow player's mega bay is a little bit sooner finishing than the red player's mega bay, but he's not making any units out of it yet. The red player is, so the red empire player Loony would have a bit of an advantage in that regard, since his max would be sooner and he can start the harassment sooner. Playing empire is all about harassment, that we know for facts, but if both players are empires, I seriously don't know how is it going to turn out. It's all going to come down to micros and the game sense these players have. They have to be aware constantly as of what things are happening where on the map and what the responses would be. And we see the dojo for both. Oh, the red player is very sneakily occupying the all direct here with his red dojo, and his red dojo has applied. However, the yellow dojo at the south side of the map has mysteriously been eliminated or sold, and now the red player is producing out a engineer, no doubt, to occupy this all direct. However, a tengu does come out. Oh, but hold their thoughts. So what is more important here is that the yellow dojo is trying to deploy it inside of the red player's main base and do some harassment of himself, kill off miners left and right with the tank busters. But the multitasking of our yellow empire player IamFromSiberia is very phenomenal. He has put down a mega tengu at the midst of all that, drawing attention of the tengus from the red player, and he has destroyed one of the miners of the red player. Very well played here. And at the meantime, his two miners are still mining very strong, so he has a very large advantage indeed. And now the red player is focusing on deploying this dojo here, trying to get some payback, but it's going to be repelled by the tengu force. Tengu force from our yellow empire player IamFromSiberia, and one tengu here preventing anything from coming out, and the yellow engineer is trying to occupy this order, doing so successfully. Now the yellow players does have one refinery up, effectively having the red player must rebuilding his ore miner here, and indeed the red player recognizing that is going to do an all-in with a sudden transport. I wonder what that could be, since he has sold his construction yard. He cannot do anything more than that, since he simply cannot erect up any new structures, and it seems that he's going to use this sudden transport to try to take advantage of the fact that now the yellow empire player, not the Soviet player, is thinking that he's winning this game. And indeed he has a tengu inside of the main base here. He has spotted the sudden transport, I would assume. I don't see any little sneaky red dots moving on the map here, so I would assume that the sudden transport has been eliminated eliminated along with the engineer inside, and now the Yellow Empire player has again what he wants. Is going to retreat out of there, and one tengu even landing there trying to take out another miner. Doing so unsuccessfully, but he has brought the mining of the Red Empire player completely to a halt. So now the Red Empire player is soon going to run out of money here, while the Yellow Empire player is doing very, very strongly, continuing his tengu production here, trying to put out more pressure to his opponent. Now the Red Empire player, Loony, is in a very, very dire situation indeed. He has no means of reproducing structures, and the Yellow Empire player, why do I keep confusing Soviet with Empire? I don't know. Perhaps I just liked the word Soviet too much. Well, what can I say? I'm a communist. And we are going to see the Red Dojo not being killed off yet at the north side. Ore derrick here is going to produce an engineer, and it has occupied the ore derricks there. That will give a bit of economical, I would say advantage, but the credits, points, what's the word going to use there? But well, it is going to save the Red Empire player a bit. I would say that the main point of occupying this ore derrick here is not for the money, but for drawing the attention of his opponents away, along with most of the yellow tengus. And now the yellow tengus are sitting idle at the north side of the map. The red tengus has come into the yellow Empire player's main base, has killed off most of the brilliant! They were so close. The red engineer was not killed off. The southern transport just disguised himself as one of the yellow tengus. As it happens, you cannot see the disguised units in the spectators camp. So we are sorry, my commentary is too slow. Well, anyway, the engineer was killed off, so the engineer rush basically failed, and the construction yard has redeployed at this location, which I don't see the points why, but perhaps it was just to avoid the engineer from occupying it sneakily. But, well, if the Red Empire player was indeed trying to do so, he should draw his opponent's attention away, not into his main base, if he's going to do anything sneaky inside of his opponent's main base. I don't see the points there, but, well, who knows, perhaps these players are way better than I am, so perhaps they have some points of their own, and we are going to see the situation is slowly stabilizing, but not for long, since the Red Empire players are looking to push out with the large tengu force. Now majority of his opponent's tengu force, the yellow tengus, has pulled off into the main base. The numbers are matching into the red player's tengu force, and with an MCV in the play, I don't know how well would the red player's tengu would do, but and the Yellow Empire player does have his secret protocol there that points defense drone, and he has deployed into the tengus. Keep in mind that you cannot use your secret protocol abilities if you don't have a construction yard, so the red player is completely unable to use his secret protocol there, whereas the Yellow Empire player can, and he's using it to his advantage. I would assume that he's going to lift up those tengus very soon to eliminate this tengu force, but he's not doing so, perhaps thinking that his opponent has something up his sleeve. Sneaky Empire player there, and he is going to play safe and try to transition into something else. So while he's taking the air control with the point defense drone empowered tengu force, he is going to transition into tanks and looking for a straightforward push. Now he knows that his opponent does not have an MCV. He would not have anything to do with that, and this is a very, very safe and very intelligent way of playing it out indeed. And unsurprisingly, we see no third refinery from either of these players. Well, there's really no need for the Yellow Empire player to expand, since he would just open up a new harassment window and significant investment for the Red Empire player to destroy there. Oh, very, very smart move here, landing his tengus, recognizing that the secondary ability of the tengus do have does have his cooldown, so if his opponent has lifted up his tengus, he will not be able to land them very, very shortly, and I don't see the points why the now I see the points. Now the yellow Empire player was anticipating his opponent from transitioning into tanks and VXs. He's not sticking with the tengus as well. He has a VX of his own, so if the red Empire player does not do anything very, very drastically very soon, he is going to surely lose this game, since he does not simply have the units variety and the economy that his opponent has. Well, the economy wise, it's actually quite even. It's 2 refinery against 2 refinery, plus a bit of 1 order for the yellow Empire player there, but it's only 15 credits per second, per 0.5 seconds, I would say. It's not much, in short. So the game, surprisingly, is actually quite even. I would say the ground force of the red Empire player is actually larger than that of the yellow Empire player, since he has been majorly producing VXs, trying to have a bit of air to service firepower there. But keep in mind that if all the tengus and all the VXs if all the tengus and all the VXs are eliminated, the VXs of the yellow Empire player would have 3 shots against those tanks, and 2 tanks will not be able to do much in the yellow Empire player's main base before they get destroyed by the sheer power and brutality of those rocket fires. And we see the red Empire player is moving his force through the center of the map, looking to have a straight push, just or nothing push into his opponent's main base, but all the while his opponent is doing a sneaky move, moving 2 of the tengus into the mineral line, trying to take out 1 of the miners there. And luckily for the red Empire player, he will have a tsunami tank in position to defend against that. I cannot imagine this tengu harassment doing much, and we see now the APM of the 2 players is playing out there. Well, not exactly playing out there, both focusing on the harassment at the red player's main base here. I might say that was a very, very close call. Look at the health of that ore collector. Oh my god, it's like 1 HP to no HP. I would say that is pretty amazing. And we see now the harassment has over. The 2 armies will meet each other at the front gate of the Yellow Soviet's main base. The clash of titans is going to commence here, and how lucky are we to witness that. And we see the VX's 4 forces for the yellow Empire players doing nothing but idling at the back of the battle of the front line there, but the yellow Soviet player is trying very hard to micro his MCV, doing precisely nothing, while his Tengu force getting trashed by the red Tengu force here. But it is a very tense moment. Keep in mind that if either or of these players lift their Tengu's force, they will be immediately shot down by the opposing size Tengus, and amazingly, even with the points defense from the red Empire player, would be winning the battle here. Oh, I see. You don't really need a construction yard to commence the self-explosion. Yes, self-destruction or honorable discharge secret protocol ability for the Empire force, since it is engraved into the Empire units as soon as it is selected. So very smart play by the red Empire player here, just sacrificing some of its Tengus in trade-off of his opponent's Tengus, and eliminating them with a much smaller force. And he's looking to save up his general ranked Tengus here. It's in red hell. There's a deep red hell. That's very, very close. The red Empire player is not going to get it, as the 2 VXs are in position to defend against that kind of firepower here. And all the while, I would say the macro, i.e. the construction of units while in battle for the red Empire player is significantly, well, just by a bit, but quite significant at this level, better than that of the yellow's Empire player, since it does have the unit choice of tanks, which is definitely going to win the battle against those Tengus. And since the yellow Empire player does not feel safe to lift up his Tengus, he's amazingly going to lose a straight up battle against the red red Empire player there, and we are going to see the tengus of the red players are just firing their rockets against those tengus in the air by the yellow Soviet player, and we see rockets flying left and right, and now all the tengus from the both sides actually have been eliminated. Now it becomes a very, very precarious and indeed peculiar battle. We see one tank surviving, and the Yellow Empire player, recognizing that he has no chance using two tengus against one tank, is now going to chase down this general ranked tengus here, but this tengu just sacrificing himself at the last moments, trying to do a bit of damage to this ore miner there, unsuccessfully bringing it down to, trying to bring it down to the lower health, but doing so not as successfully as the red Empire player would like, since it only, well, it hasn't even managed to bring it out to the yellow health yet, and now he doesn't have anything to defend against this tengu harassment from the Yellow Empire player here, since he has been majorly building tengus, but he does have a tank inside of his main base, so if he micros well, he can maybe, just maybe, save this tengu in time, but we are going to see a lieutenant ranked tengu here is going to turn the tide of the battle. What his predecessors could not do, he will now be able to do, and destroy the one of the miners for the red Empire player, and it is indeed a crushing blow at this stage of the game, since both players only have 2 refineries and 1 mega bay. That is all they have, and it all comes down to the unit choice and the composition of your army, and how well can you micro those existing units. It's a very, very close battle. There's no real question about that, and we are going to see one tsunami tank just happily repairing itself with the nano drones secondary ability inside of his opponent's main base, and the yellow MCV is moving frantically trying to find a tank to crush, but he's a bit dumb, he cannot find it, and we see one tank just happily shooting away at this ore connector here, but the ore connector will be moving into the repairing range of the mega bay in time, but it's going to be very close. Would he be able to bring it down before this unit is coming to defend it? Oh, it's going to be very, very close. As it turns out, he will not, but one tank just sneakily trying to do a bit of damage to this mega bay here, doing so successfully, bringing it down to the deep red health, and is going to, oh no, that's a very bad move here. The yellow Empire player allowed his tengus to be idle there for a second, so the red tengu was able to take a few pop shots, initiations in the fight, the dogfight as you might call it, and he had the upper hand, and he has destroyed the tengu there. So now this tank would have 3 shots against this mega bay here, as long as he keeps the position and keeps himself from being destroyed by the construction. And mysteriously, the Yellow Empire player has sold his MCV for no reason. Perhaps he's recognizing that his opponents would have an overwhelming production cycle, since now he does have 1 refinery. Well, perhaps the Yellow Empire player was expecting his opponents to have 2 refineries, but indeed he only has 1. And now I'm seeing a massive frame rate drop. Why? Oh, why? I know why, actually. I don't have enough space in my C drive. So I'm going to quickly pop out of that to edit this video, and I am going to come back very, very shortly to save myself some space. Indeed, there is no such need, since now the Yellow Empire player does recognize that he is without any construction yard and any unit production structures. He's definitely going to lose this game. He's definitely not going to win this game by just producing miners and trying to use their miniguns to be against those tanks' heavy armor. So amazing comeback from our red Empire player Loony there. I as an Empire player, I would say I could have done that. So genuinely amazing play by Loony there, and I'm pleased to be able to cast his games. And at the end of this video, I'll make a few announcements here. Well, as you guys might know, if you follow my channel, I have bought a new mic, but it is going to be shipped. In fact, it has been shipped to Singapore, which is the country where I live, and it is currently being held in the post office. Apparently the couriers tried to to deliver it to my house for 3 times, and they failed for 3 times, and I was yelling at their face saying that, which part of calling this number when reached do you not understand? As it happens, they just knocked the door and didn't call me, and I was inside of my room for all the times they were trying to deliver the item to me, and they were unable to do so. And now I have to collect the new mic at the post office myself, and I would take some time to set it up with a phantom power supply and some wiring as well, and those are, as you might imagine, a separate shipment, so it is going to still take a while before my new mic can kick in. So if you find this audio quality particularly low, please bear with me, and I shall see you next time. Good day.